Genevieve. It's really nice to meet you. My name is Caitlin. You want to have a seat right here next to me? Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today.
It's nice to meet you too.
First things first, do you prefer to be called Genevieve, or is there another name you'd like me to use?
Genevieve is fine.
Perfect. So, Genevieve, the reason we're meeting today is to talk a little bit about your daughter Anya's life outside of school and identify some resources that I believe could really benefit you and your child. I'm what's known as a Mckinney-Vento liaison. Do you know what the Mckinney-Vento Act is, Genevieve?
Not really.
That's okay. Most people haven't even heard of it, and that's where my job comes in. The Mckinney-Vento Act was the first and only federal act to address housing insecurity in education in America, and I help connect students who might qualify under the McKinney-Vento Act to resources available to them completely free of charge. The reason why I'm meeting with you, Genevieve, is because a couple of your daughter's teachers have advocated for her and identified her as possibly qualifying for some really, really helpful resources. And if you feel comfortable, could you tell me a little bit about your and your daughter's home life outside of school?
Sure, I guess. What do you want to know?
Well, let's start with your family. Do you have any other children, a husband, or family in the area?
I have one child, my daughter Anya. Her dad's not really in the picture, and we don't have family in the area. I really try my hardest, but I got laid off last year, and I haven't been able to find steady work since. We actually ended up getting kicked out of our apartment.
That must have been really hard on you and your daughter. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's been stressful.
How long ago was it that you guys left that apartment?
A couple of months now.
I see. And where have you been staying since?
It kind of depends.
Totally understandable. Let's be a little more specific and ask, on a typical school night, where do you and your daughter typically find yourself sleeping?
It's kind of embarrassing, but either on a friend's couch or in my minivan. It makes it hard to do like the homework and the projects and the stuff for her, and her attendance has been lacking because she can't always get a ride to school. I know her grades have been worse, but it's just been a really hard time.
You know, I think that's a really common emotion to have when talking about this, but you should know that you are not alone. There are tons of students and parents going through the same situation in Penobscot County, and you have a lot of support you might not even realize. This situation is not a reflection of you or your child because you're both doing your best. To me, it sounds like your child absolutely qualifies to start receiving benefits under the McKinney-Vento Act. Do you want to hear about some of the benefits she could start receiving?
Sure.
Okay, so Genevieve, under the McKinney-Vento Act, your daughter qualifies for school-provided transportation to and from her last enrolled school, or immediate enrollment at her school of choice without some commonly required documents like proof of residency or, immunization records. She also qualifies for free meals at school and referrals for health and mental health care and free school supplies. And she could even qualify for access to hot showers and laundry if that's a resource that you're interested in.
Wow, I never knew. A lot of this could really help Anya. How do I sign up?
So in order to start enrolling you in these benefits, we're going to complete a McKinney-Vento screener form together. Have you ever completed a form like this before?
No, not really.
That's okay. I'll help you. It's not super long, just one page to help identify what type of housing insecurity you're facing and what sort of resources your daughter might need. So to start, I'm going to have you fill out this top section right here with Anya's information.
Okay.
So go ahead and write down the student name, Anya's date of birth, which school she attends, what grade Anya is in, and the address of the school. Great, all that looks perfect. So this question says, is this student an unaccompanied youth not living with the parents or guardians? As you are her parent and she's living with you, I would go ahead and circle no. Now, this is sort of a check all that apply type question, asking about the different living situations your family has experienced this school year. So go ahead and read through these and check the ones that have applied to you. Great. And down here, you can check off some additional information that will help us determine what sort of resources you and your daughter would most benefit from. Perfect. Now go ahead and print your name and phone number. And I'm going to go have you sign right here. Perfect. And write your relationship to the student. All right, you are good to go. Your daughter can now start receiving resources under the McKinney-Vento Act.
Wow, thank you so much. How long do these resources last? Like, if I find a job in 2 months and get an apartment, does she stop receiving her benefit?
That is a great question, Genevieve. These benefits last Anya until the end of the school year, regardless of how her home situation changes.
Great. Thank you so much for helping me with this. I can't believe I didn't know about it.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you for being open to it. The school will be in touch regarding next steps for transportation assistance and to discuss other resources Anya might need. It was such a pleasure meeting you, Genevieve. I will be in touch.
Thank you.